Are you dreaming of owning a vacation home here in the Florida Keys, but are unsure about the financial feasibilities? Well, have you ever considered investing in a property that can be both your personal second home and a profitable vacation rental? My name is Megan Jones and I am a local realtor here in the Florida Keys. And if you're watching this video because you're interested in all things Florida Keys, whether that's real estate opportunities to the best spots to eat, hang out, or explore, or what it's just like to live an island life, then make sure you subscribe here to my YouTube channel so you are always in the know. Before I got into real estate sales, I worked in the vacation rental and property management industry here in the Florida Keys. So today I'm going to share with you my local knowledge, valuable insight, and expert advice that I gained during my experience working with homeowners and rental guests of multi-million-dollar properties and charming island cottages that served as second homes and very lucrative short-term rentals. Let's go ahead and just jump right on in. I'm first going to start with location. Location, location, location. I cannot stress it enough. Location research is key, no pun intended, when searching for a short-term rental to invest in. In case you're not too familiar with the Florida Keys, here is a little rundown and lay of the land. Stretching 110 miles, starting in Key Largo and ending in Key West, the Florida Keys are divided into 4 regions. You have the Upper Keys, the Middle Keys, the Lower Keys, and Key West, each consisting of individual islands. It's essential to understand that each of these areas and islands offer its own unique attractions and activities. Therefore, it's super important that you do your research up front. Go to each of these areas so you have a good understanding of what they have to offer so you can select the best location that meets your needs and wants and will also attract the desired renters you are seeking. Within the 4 regions of the Florida Keys, it's important to note that there are 6 different jurisdictions or municipalities. The first jurisdiction is unincorporated Monroe County, which encompasses most of the Florida Keys. The other jurisdictions you have are Islamorada, Dayton, Key Colony Beach, Marathon, and then Key West. It's crucial to know and understand about these jurisdictions here in the Florida Keys, especially when you are investing in a short-term rental. Each of these jurisdictions has their own local regulations and zoning laws that specifically apply to vacation rentals. These regulations may impose specific requirements, necessary permits, or impose restrictions on short-term rentals. With the exception of Marathon and Key Colony Beach, which do allow weekly rentals, most of the keys do not allow rental periods for less than 28 days. But don't let that discourage you from purchasing property in those areas. I worked with a lot of monthly rentals and homes that had attractive locations and amenities booked out very nicely with clientele, repeat clientele year after year. One thing that I did notice is that with monthly rentals, it was a less wear and tear on the property because you had less turnover, unlike the weekly rentals that had new guests week after week after week. There could be instances in these areas where there are special zoning districts or a presence of an HOA or a condo association that will allow permitting for shorter term rentals. That is why it is so imperative to work with a professional who has local knowledge of the area so they can help you navigate these regulations effectively and seek out the best property for your needs. My next piece of advice is get really clear on your goals for your second home investment property, especially if you are needing the rental income to help pay towards the cost of the home. You need to consider how frequently you personally want to use the home and how long would you like or need to have the home rented out. While determining the timing of your personal use and rental periods, you need to take into account the peak seasons and off seasons of the Florida Keys. These factors are going to affect your demand, occupancy rate, and price. It's no secret that winter and spring experience the highest demand, with fall being the slowest. Now, the summer months, they can be highly desirable. However, it's important to note that those seeking a rental in the summer will likely prioritize waterfront properties. And waterfront properties are desirable throughout the whole year, but specifically waterfront properties with boat dockage are highly in demand during the summer months because vacationers during these summer months are typically coming from the mainland of Florida or neighboring states, and they are trailering their boats down here to get out on the beautiful waters and escape the heat. If it is your intention to use your property yourself during the high season, then that's great. I would want to do that too. The winter and spring months down here are my favorite time of the year. But you just have to be aware then if you're wanting to rent it out, you're going to be renting it out during the off season, which means there's less demand, and typically homes are at a lower price point at that time to try and pique interest and get people to come during the off season. Gaining this clarity about when you're going to use the property for personal vacations versus renting it out is going to assist you in identifying the home and location that will most likely yield optimal returns when rented. Have you already started building your real estate portfolio with vacation rentals? I'd love to know, comment below. Here in the Florida Keys, it is all about being on the water. In my opinion, from my experience, waterfront properties are the most desirable. So if your budget allows for it, invest in a waterfront property. That can mean canal front or bayfront or oceanfront. Next is boating capabilities, dockage availability. You want to make sure you have ample dockage with your waterfront property because people will be bringing their boats, and if they don't bring their boats, they're more than likely to be renting a boat that they're going to want to keep at the rental house. And not to worry, if a waterfront property is not within your budget right now, that's okay. I've seen non-waterfront properties do very well. Ideally, for a non-waterfront property to be successful here in the Florida Keys, you want walkability, bikeability to all the popular attractions and amenities. So close proximity, I would say a 5-mile radius from all the great restaurants, marinas, shoppings, art galleries, boat ramps, fishing piers, beaches. This is going to help make your non-waterfront property desirable and attractable. Additionally, it is important to assess the features of the homes itself. Vacation rentals here in the Florida Keys have a high demand for outdoor amenities, such as a pool, outdoor living and entertaining areas, outdoor kitchen, shaded outdoor space. People want to immerse themselves in this tropical paradise outdoor. Furthermore, based on my experience in the industry, I noticed that homes with at least 3 bedrooms were rented more often. This being because vacationers who are specifically looking to rent a home versus their hotel, they are doing this because they are most likely traveling with a larger group of people, whether that's friends or family. So it is highly valued by them to have sufficient sleeping arrangements and individual spaces for everyone so they can all comfortably enjoy their vacation together. Next, you want to consider how involved you want to be with this investment property and the rental process. Managing a vacation rental can be a lot of work, especially if you do not live nearby. So definitely take a look into hiring a vacation rental property management group. Look for a company that is a one-stop shop to make it super convenient and easy for you and for your guests. So not only are they helping with marketing your property, getting the bookings, but they also either have staff or service providers lined up that take care of cleaning, maintenance, and day-to-day guest communication. This is going to help make a smooth and enjoyable experience for your guests. When your guests have an enjoyable experience, they're more likely to leave you a 5-star review, which is going to help you gain repeat clientele and easily attract new clientele as well. Purchasing a second home here in the Florida Keys is an exciting endeavor. Make sure you're considering your needs and your goals so you can make a well-informed decision that will not only bring you joy and relaxation, but also financial success. If you enjoyed this video and found this information helpful, make sure you hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe here to my channel so you are always in the know with all things Florida Keys.